Let's talk about AI. We all know it's completely changing how businesses operate. But wrapped up in all this incredible power is a huge and honestly often ignored question about privacy. So today we're going to break down how to actually manage these hidden risks and maybe even turn them into an advantage through responsible innovation.
And you know what? Let's just start with a super simple question. Think about the contact form on your website. Yeah, that one. The one you probably set up years ago and haven't thought about since. Do you really need to ask for someone's date of birth?
We've all seen this 1,000 times, right? A business asks for everything under the sun. Sure, name, phone, email, that makes sense. But then, date of birth, an ID number, even a home address. And why? It's almost always just habit. You hear the same old reasons. Well, maybe we'll need it down the road, or marketing wanted it for some reason. But the most important question almost never gets asked, do we actually need this to do what the customer wants? And that gets us to the first big idea here. All that extra data you're collecting, it's not just digital clutter taking up space. It's an invisible liability, just sitting there on your servers, waiting for something to go wrong. This brings us to a core principle in the world of privacy. It's called data minimization. And the idea is actually incredibly simple, but so powerful. It just means you should only collect the information you genuinely need for a clear purpose. That's it. Nothing more. Because just think it through for a second. Every little piece of data you collect becomes your responsibility. It's one more thing you have to protect. It's one more thing that can get exposed in a data breach or stolen by attackers. This is exactly how businesses end up creating huge legal and financial risks for themselves. And for what? For data they probably never even needed. Okay, so you've got this problem of hoarding too much data. Now let's throw a massive amplifier on top of it, the completely uncontrolled rush into using AI for everything. This is where we run into a phenomenon called shadow AI. This is what happens when your employees, who, by the way, are just trying to be more productive and get their work done, start using all these cool, new, unauthorized AI tools without any real oversight. They're trying to be innovative, but they just don't see the danger lurking beneath the surface. And what exactly are they doing with these tools? Well, to put it bluntly, your employees are pasting company secrets directly into public AI platforms. And we're not talking about small stuff. I mean, confidential documents, sensitive customer info, private internal discussions, financial records, employee files, even your strategic plans for the next 5 years. All of this is leaving your secure network and getting fed into systems you have zero control over. Now, here's the really tricky part. These tools feel so simple, so conversational. It's easy to use. So your employees feel like they're just having a casual chat with a helpful assistant. But what they don't see is the incredibly complex data processing happening behind the curtain. It creates this very dangerous, false sense of security. And this, of course, leads to all sorts of invisible risks. But the consequences? Oh, they are very, very real and sometimes incredibly damaging. One of the biggest risks you hear about is something called AI hallucinations. This is basically when an AI generates an answer that's inaccurate, misleading, or sometimes just completely made up out of thin air. And the scary part? It presents this fabricated information with absolute confidence, making it sound totally factual. So what happens when your team starts trusting these outputs without double-checking them? Well, you get legal contracts that are completely misinterpreted, you get customer support reps giving out totally wrong answers, you could get wildly inaccurate healthcare advice, or even worse, you could end up with biased decisions in hiring or lending. The fallout can get serious really fast. And this all comes back to a fundamental truth in security that's been around forever. Your biggest vulnerability isn't your firewall or your encryption, it's people. Attackers have always known that it's way easier to trick a person than it is to break a complex system. So, how do we fix this? It's not about better tech. Not really. It's about moving from this state of chaos to a state of discipline. It's about adopting a whole new mindset. This slide really just nails that shift. For years, the old question was always, how much information can we possibly collect? The new, much smarter question is, what information do we actually need to get the job done?
It's a huge move from being a data hoarder to being an intentional, thoughtful collector of information. Because here's the thing, privacy isn't just some boring legal checkbox you have to tick off. It's a sign of a well-run, disciplined organization. The strongest companies out there understand that when you handle data responsibly, you build trust and you dramatically reduce your own risk. Okay, so enough about the problems, let's get practical. Let's talk about a real framework you can use to innovate with AI, but do it responsibly. First things first, the goal here is not to ban AI. That's a losing battle and it never works. Your people are smart. They'll find a way to use these incredible tools. So the real goal is to create structure around AI, to build some guardrails so they can use it safely and effectively. So here's a really simple 4-step framework that any business can start with right now. Step 1, create clear policies. Spell it out. Define exactly what kind of data is okay to use in AI tools and what is absolutely off limits. Be specific. Step 2, train your people. And I don't mean just send a memo. Actually teach them about the risks we've talked about and show them how to use these tools the right way. 3, mandate human oversight. This is huge. For anything critical, legal documents, financial reports, stuff going out to customers, a human being must verify the information. No exceptions. And finally, step 4, assess all your tools. Before your company adopts any new AI system, you need to dig in and really understand its privacy and security features. Because when you get right down to it, responsible AI isn't just a problem for the IT department. It's a privacy issue. It's a governance issue. It's a legal issue. And maybe most importantly, it's a trust issue with your customers and a business continuity issue for your entire organization.
I want to leave you with this one final thought because it really brings us full circle. Sometimes the safest information is the information you never collected at all. Think about it. This connects everything from that simple little contact form all the way to complex AI. The less unnecessary data you're holding onto, the less you have to lose. So the question I'll leave you with is, what information are you holding onto that you don't really need?